Hello guys and welcome to the channel. So if you guys don't know, a lot of our Barca players are on international break, and now that it is Sunday, I've been waiting for this day because I wanted to get the final results for all the teams. But look, the international break is not done yet, but a lot of teams qualified for the Euro 2020, and there has been a lot of good displays from some of these national teams, so I want to talk about it right now. So first I want to start off by talking about Messi and Arthur, which is Argentina versus Brazil. So Argentina did beat Brazil 1-0 with a penalty taken by no other than Lionel Messi. So we did have Arthur participate in this game. He did play his usual game, but we couldn't say much because he was subbed off on the 55th minute. But what I do know is that Arthur had a hard time creating for his players because Argentina has arrived. Argentina put on a great performance against Brazil, much better than they did in the past 4 years. Argentina looked a lot more aggressive, they looked more motivated, and they looked a lot more hungrier, which didn't give Arthur and Brazil the chance to breathe. And so the game was very intense and competitive. Even though this was a friendly, we both know that when you put Argentina and Brazil in the same field, there is going to be a competitive match, and both teams would want to fight for that win. And so the captain for Argentina was Lionel Messi, and the way I could describe him in this game was aggressiveness. Messi did look a lot more comfortable in the pitch. Ever since Messi became captain, and this is the one thing I noticed, I believe Argentina sees Messi as do as I do, not as I say. Because Messi's not the type of player to scream at the players or yell. And Messi's very self-aware of that. And I believe Messi is captaining, I don't even know if that's a word, captaining, but I believe that Messi is captaining this team by showing his actions, his emotions on the pitch. Because I have never seen in my life Messi be this aggressive and press this hard against a team. And Argentina did respond to that. So they were like, oh, look at Messi. I see him doing that, doing this. Oh, he's pressing really hard. I'm going to do that too. And that's what brought the motivation and the hunger from all of the Argentina players. Because back then in 2018, 2017, and 2016, Argentina looked so lost. They didn't look motivated. They didn't want to press. They looked lazy. But when Messi was up there fighting for the ball, fighting those air balls, Argentina did respond to that. They saw that. They're like, look, that's our captain. That's the guy. I want to do what he's doing. And so they did that, which led to Brazil getting a hard time to score. And it was amazing to watch because usually you see captains like at Barcelona or like Argentina or Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid say, hey, do this, hey, do that, hey, press him. But no, Messi doesn't even have to do that. Messi demonstrates it for the players and the players follow. And so that is what led to Argentina's great performance. We even got to a moment where Messi told the Brazilian coach to shut up, which was crazy because I have never seen Messi do that. So I know damn well that Messi was feeling that in his heart playing this game. And then after the game, Messi went on to say, the rivalry is lived more than ever, and it is always good to beat Brazil. I'm just like, oh my God, not only did Argentina beat Brazil 1-0, but he wanted to continue talking smack after the game, which is crazy. And then he went on to say, when you win, you work better. In another way, the ideas of the coach are carried out on the pitch in another way. It is positive for what is coming. And I'm like, yes, it is coming. Argentina's time is coming. And I can't wait for the Copa America in 2020. And so there was some backlash from Thiago Silva, and he said he always looks to force the referee to give them free kicks in dangerous areas. We spoke with some players who play in Spain, and the same thing happens. He looks to control the game and the referee's decision. And when I heard Thiago Silva say that, I'm like, that is such complete nonsense. Like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that? That's how football is. Like, you do know that every player that has ever played on the field will always try and persuade the ref's decision to work in their favor. That's what players do. Every player that has ever been on the field has done that. If you were fouled in the penalty box, you're not going to go up to the ref and be like, no, it wasn't a penalty. You're right, it wasn't. You're going to say, that was a penalty. Give us the penalty. I want to score this penalty. And so what Thiago Silva said there was nonsense. He was just looking for an excuse for being beaten. And so I would really like to see more of this Messi within the next 4 years. And so Argentina does have fresh new players on the squad that Messi can work with and rebuild with. And I believe Messi's aware that this could be a restart for Argentina and captain the team with a different approach, which is do as I do, not as I say. Now I want to move on to Frankie de Jong, who plays for Holland. So he also featured in a game against Northern Ireland. The game between Holland and North Ireland ended 0-0. It was not their best display. Holland lacked the firepower up top because right now, unfortunately, Holland is not gifted with good strikers like Argentina or like Brazil. The only striker, the only good attacker that Holland does have is Memphis Depay. But he was injured, so that's why it ended 0-0. They lacked the creative firepower. But at the end, with that tie, Holland does qualify for the Euro 2020, so I'm very proud of De Jong. And this is actually the first time Holland will be in a major tournament like this since 2014 World Cup, because they were unable to qualify for the 2016 Euro and the 2018 World Cup. So it's been 6 years since Haaland last entered a major tournament. And so I am very excited to see what he can bring to the table next year against top national European teams. And so now I want to speak about Griezmann and Lenglet, who play for France. And so this is some exciting news because right now, as I'm recording this, France is playing their second game. In the last game, they played against Moldova, which resulted in a 2-1 win. And it wasn't their most impressive display. Lenglet did make a horrible mistake in the first half that gave Moldova a 1-0 lead. And I have no idea how that happened. I think it was the lack of communication between Lenglet and the keeper. Griezmann also played a very decent game in that game. He played behind the striker, which means he had full creative control to play with the left wing, the right wing, and the striker. So it was really good seeing Griezmann play in that more central position like he did with Atletico Madrid. He also connected well with Mbappé, which made me start thinking, could we see Mbappé in a Barca shirt in the future? Because the way I saw Griezmann and Mbappé connect, it was really good. But I'm just daydreaming. Like, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't even know if Barca can afford Mbappé. But it was a good display between those two. They really worked well. But overall, in this game, France did not have the most impressive display. But they still managed to qualify for the Euro 2020. And right now, as I'm recording this video, they're beating Albania 2-0 with a goal from Tolisso on the 8th minute and Griezmann scoring on the 31st minute. So good job, Griezmann. It's a good thing that you're getting your goals, get that confidence up, and then come back to Barca strong. Now I want to speak about Busquets. There's not really much to say because he didn't feature in the game. He didn't have not one single minute, and Busquets was actually the only Barca player to feature in that roster, which is crazy. Because I remember like about 6 to 7, 8 years ago, 80% of Spain's starting 11 was Barcelona. But Spain did manage to win against Malta 7-0. And so that put them in the position to qualify for the Euro 2020. Now I want to speak about Ivan Rakitic, who plays for Croatia, because he didn't feature in the roster at all. He did get injured on November 11th, so he had to travel back from the national team back to Barcelona. But Croatia did win against Slovakia 3-1, which is very good for Rakitic because I feel really bad for him. He hasn't been treated the best at FC Barcelona, so this is the only positive Rakitic has gotten throughout this whole season. But I do wish Rakitic a speedy recovery. And so that's it for the Barcelona international player update. All of our European players qualify for the Euro 2020, which is a great thing. It boosts the confidence up. And so it was a great day for the Barca squad as a whole, and I'm just very glad for them. And I can't wait for the Euro 2020. It's going to be very exciting. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys are more excited to watch, the Euro 2020 or the Copa America 2020. So please like and subscribe to keep getting updated, and I'll see you guys next time.